Hi, welcome to another Revenue Hub video series. Following the success of our AI series in the summer, please do check it out if you haven't seen them yet, we decided it would be great to get our expert partners' views once more. In the spirit of this time of year, we've asked them to predict what 2026 might have in store for the hotel industry. Now, through these videos, we are not inundating you with please subscribe and please like requests. You guys know what to do. But we would be interested to hear your thoughts on the predictions. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What are your predictions? Anyway, hope you enjoy it, and thanks again to our expert partners for taking part. Let's see what their predictions are. Hey, welcome. Thanks for joining us on our 2026 Crystal Ball prediction video series. It's great to have you join us. I know it's a crazy busy time at this moment, so thank you for being able to carve out a little bit of time to share your predictions with us. First and foremost, how are things for you guys?
Yeah, excellent, and thanks, Trevor, for having us on the show.
Yeah.
And no, yeah, things are excellent actually. Thanks for asking.
Good. Well, it's a crazy run into the end of the year, teeing us up for next year, and I think that's why we thought it would be just there's some serious elements to it, but a bit of fun as well this time of year to do a bit of future gazing, crystal ball. So, without any further ado, let's get into the first of your predictions. What do you have for us as number one?
Yeah, I looked in my glass ball this morning, and I looked into the new year, which one thing that came up with was definitely that, I mean, of course, we've been talking about OTA dependency for many, many years now.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually think that 26 is really going to be an interesting year in regards to OTA dependency, where my expectation is that hotels will become a lot less dependent on OTA.
You're going that side of the fence, are you?
For sure.
There seems to be two camps aligning for next year.
The means are there.
Uh-huh.
I would argue.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if they want to lean into it, they can.
It's a complicated challenge, right?
Mm-hmm.
And OTAs are there for a reason. They've become extremely dominant because they've done extremely well.
Yep.
And there's definitely a space for it. I would argue, though, that the dependency has become too large. Mm-hmm. And that hoteliers will be doing themselves a favor by becoming less dependent, generally speaking.
Okay.
And
why do you think next year we'll achieve that then? Well, why do you think that will be the shift?
When you look at the technology landscape, things have changed a lot.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, like probably this year even more so than the year before. Mm-hmm. And when it comes to OTA dependency, guest data and reservation data is critical. Goes without say, it's critical for any digital engagement.
Absolutely.
But this is where the challenge lies, right? Because OTAs are so smart in keeping the guest relationship to them. Mm-hmm. And I think that now there's plenty of systems that can help to gather data, to really sort data, and to use it and leverage it. And in addition to that, I think that there's also like a big opportunity for perhaps hotel groups, mid-market, larger size hotel groups, to do loads in terms of loyalty. Mm-hmm. Like where Booking.com has their Genius program, right?
Yeah.
Which works tremendously well. Hotel groups could do similar things.
Yep.
And and people want to belong to groups, to brands. There's a lot within that bucket. We could go into other trends there as well.
So I'm not sure whether you're going into prediction 2 or whatever.
Yeah, I could go on.
Just another conversation. Yeah,
I love these conversations, but essentially, I think that OTA dependency will decrease during.
I mean, one of the challenges that was there before, and then we'll move on to 2, because these are like sort of snapshot things rather than long detailed conversations. We can come back to it next year. But one of the things that often you tended to get a feeling from hotels that, and again, we can't group them all together. You know, large brands, medium-sized brand, independent properties, they all have their own challenges and needs. But part of it seemed to be, as you say, firstly, cracking that data problem, but also from an investment point of view, also simplicity. You know, it was just easier to put your inventory up there, you work it out as even if they didn't think of it as a cost of sale, it was just there. We get our bookings. It's very nice and simple. Whereas before, trying to win that direct booking war felt like there were almost too many issues to have to grapple with.
Yeah, it's an interesting point. And I mean, what's so unique about our industry is that you could get bookings fairly fast, right? Also thanks to OTAs, which is great. And by really focusing on the guest experience and by getting good reviews in, I think like bookings will naturally flow.
Yep.
So if I would open a hotel, I think I would pay a lot of attention to those first guests and making sure, absolutely sure that the experience is excellent from the get-go. Yep. And to start and build up your brand. And then maybe to your point, maybe there's also like a mindset thing in it. Like perhaps we could see it as it's a great way to get started, get business to your hotel, and then to start developing your mid/longer term strategy.
Yep.
Which would be beneficial to focus on the guest relationships, right? And guest loyalty and get rebookings in and try and become less dependent because there's so much commission.
Yeah, it's frightening the amount of money go. That's why they have so much money to be able to do what they do.
Keep it going, yeah.
We're kind of feeding our competitor, aren't we?
Yeah, but maybe that's a fun and good and meaningful comment actually. That to see it as a challenge, make it fun, maybe from a hotelier's perspective, right?
Yeah,
because then I mean they will try and apply their tactics from the hotelier side. You can do the same.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe a little bit like a mindset thing as well.
Yeah, and I think that exists in so many areas, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Prediction number 2. What are you? We've taken on the OTAs, and that's going to shift. I'm intrigued to see what number 2 is going to be now.
How many others have mentioned AI?
There may be a few. Where are you going to take us on the AI?
AI no, but it has to be said, right? Like, I mean, we're in the midst of it, somewhere on the way, in the revolution. And so much has been done already this year. We've been seeing so much impact that AI has been making on operations. And the next year will only increase in my expectation.
Okay.
I mean, the technology also here, I think the technology is there mostly. Maybe what's needed to deploy AI is a good backbone in terms of system architecture and also data, right? Because that's what AI needs to function.
Yep.
But then, like, the agents are so smart, there's so much you could do. So when you can orchestrate that well, that entire landscape, I mean, the opportunities are tremendous. Like, we cannot argue about how useful AI can be.
Indeed.
So I would think here, like, it's more about thinking around how to apply it and how to use it in your benefit.
Yep.
Rather than like it's left or right. Because I mean, by embracing it and then thinking from a stance of how do I throughout this process, maybe that takes a little bit the edge out of, because there will be pitfalls as well, right? And there will be disadvantages
with everything.
Yeah. And then I think it's about seeing that also as part of the process, because we cannot argue about that. The direction of using AI makes a lot of sense.
No, it's like the internet. It's baked in now, isn't it? It's like just, are we using it for good? Are we using it for bad? How do we use it? Are we fully embracing it? There's a lot of people that will use the internet in a very superficial ways, and other people that use it in, for a lot of other aspects.
Yeah, totally.
But we haven't found a way yet of how the capacity of AI is being used in every single function and every single department. I wonder how that will evolve. Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense. And I'm curious too. And on the second prediction, I just think that in 2026 there will be a lot more clarity. And if we would have this conversation in 1 year, that conversation will look totally different to now.
I'm going to hold you to that now. I'm going to diarize 2026.
Things will move faster, right? It goes like,
So. Okay. Prediction number 3. we started off with some small ones, so I mean, where's this one going to take us?
I would love to talk a little bit about loyalty as well.
Go on. I think that's an interesting topic because that's been discussed a lot as well.
Yeah, we kind of discussed it briefly. It goes somewhat hand in hand with OTA dependency, perhaps. Yeah. But I think this point for me comes from, like, I travel a lot throughout the year, and I typically prefer staying at regionalized or local like groups. So these are like small to mid-market sized hotel groups.
Yeah. And
I'm just surprised that quite often, like, the brand is super cool. They have amazing products. I really love going. And at the same time, like, I would love to become part of their brand.
Yeah.
And they do not always have like a loyalty program for it, or like a membership program. So I think where Booking.com has genius, like we said before, where obviously the larger chains have all figured a loyalty program.
Yep.
I think the small to medium-sized hotel groups have a big opportunity in doing the same. And they also have an advantage of perhaps being able to move faster in terms of brand building and maybe be a bit more edgy here and there, which I think people appreciate if you do it in the right way. And consumers would really like to be part of such communities, I think. So to just think of how they can make use of loyalty programs and membership programs for small to mid-sized hotel groups, I think that's something that we will see a lot more of in 2026.
Do you think, I was going to use the phrase fallen into a trap, and probably not what I'm trying to say, but I think you'll get the gist. The loyalty came out of the big groups, so the Hiltons, the Marriotts, point-based systems. I question whether or not that works for those regional medium-sized group. And I wonder if there's something there for the small to medium-sized groups to find a way of coming together, but under a collective loyalty banner, but where you construct something that's different, that might be around experiences rather than points, and you're not just getting an extra room free. It might be something else. And I don't know. I just feel that would be something I could lean into a little bit more.
Should we make that the prediction for 26? Yeah, I think either that's a very interesting idea, and if groups would approach this individually, and it could be both, right? Can be
you can do one and the other. You have your individual identity, but your reach might be through a greater, like a cooperative kind of working together to increase your reach and your marketing, like an OTA does for them in that sense.
Exactly, and like indeed, also to your point, like with these small to mid-sized groups, I think maybe we should say like a light. The way we know loyalty programs, more like a light version of that. So it's super easy to sign up. Like, next time you happen to be around, you can easily log in. You instantly see your rewards. Like, maybe for me, if I would get a 10% discount on the direct price, versus booking on an OTA website, I would totally go and book direct. And it's not just a price, right? Yeah. And so it should be easy. You should directly understand your reward. It shouldn't be complicated. It shouldn't be like, you shouldn't have to study the program to understand how to use your points, right? Like, it should just be more instant, I guess. Yeah.
No, it's an interesting. There's been a lot. I've seen a lot over the last couple of months of people kind of questioning loyalty and what does loyalty mean, and with that leaning into the data, to your earlier, your second prediction around the data and utilizing it and understanding the guest and making that closer connection. And so having that individuality, but also knowing I could benefit from something would be interesting. I think a lot of people are questioning how that works, what a model might be for that.
Yeah, totally. Which if I'm allowed to name one other prediction, could be a nice segue into my fourth prediction.
Go.
Which is exactly that. Like, I think that like there's a big opportunity for hotels to work with sustainability, of course, to work with regeneration, to work with storytelling, to cultivate culture.
Mm-hmm.
Like when, yeah, there's a lot of opportunity there, I think, and people will lean into that. There's a lot of research on that. Like consumers are willing to pay more of a premium for more sustainable hotels, hotels that do good, which is regeneration, like work with local produced products or help local communities, etc. Like we have, or there's one hotel group which I really like, the Usual here in Netherlands, and they have a hotel in Belgium as well. Mm-hmm. They work with in their hotel in Rotterdam, which is one of the main cities here in the Netherlands. They work with a company called Clean River, and they collect plastic from rivers, and they've and that's how they've partially produced their floors in their hotels. But in regards to storytelling, because it doesn't always need to involve investment or money necessarily. Mm-hmm. Like I'm also thinking of a hotel in Stockholm, Novus Group. Mm-hmm. There's one of their hotels, Novus Hotel, which is one of their flagship hotels in Stockholm. That's actually in the bank where the phenomenon, the Stockholm syndrome, comes from. So
really,
yeah, and it's super interesting to tell that story to people.
Yeah.
So and that's just free, right?
Yeah,
it's a story, and people really appreciate it.
You have to lean into it, don't you?
Yeah. So I guess the point I tried to make with that second example, like it doesn't always need to be big or costly. I think any hotelier, of course, depending on what you have at hand, but by becoming more, perhaps by becoming more aware of what you could do locally, you can also create that into opportunity. And I think there's just an opportunity for hoteliers to lean into that.
And I think it lends itself towards that focus on the guest again. I think sometimes people talk about guest preferences and guest personalization, and you see a lot written about it. I'm not quite sure to the degree to which people en masse have really started to embrace it and do something about it. But if you're understanding why your guests are coming to stay at your property for a whole year, if you knew why every guest for a whole year was coming to stay, that would, the level of segmentation that you could start to bring, the stories you would start to tap into, the local offerings that you might align with, because you're matching those to the guest segment that has been traditionally coming to you. And then you might identify one or two others you'd like to bring in and develop that, rather than just looking at corporate transient groups. We actually start to look at the individual and why they are coming, not just their type of travel.
Yeah, it's such a good point. And I mean, I really love how you just said that, because for corporate guests, I mean, there's a lot of variety within that corporate guest group, right?
Absolutely.
Person A might be more interested in that, and person B might be more interested in something else. Mm-hmm. So to really look at the individual, and still, I think leisure versus corporate is super relevant to understand, because when I'm traveling for business, I typically have different needs than when I'm traveling for private reasons.
Absolutely.
So it's definitely interesting, and it's not the only thing. And yeah, I really agree with you. Like if you can figure out your segmentation, and I think anyone should try and be conscious about that and go in with an approach. It might not totally work out as you initially think it will, but that's part of the process.
Yeah.
To be mindful and conscious about your strategy in terms of that can really pay off, because once you've figured it out, you can build upon it.
We seem to have moved away from that guest engagement to making things more efficient. But I wonder if there's a lot of knowledge and information that we're losing through that process. And maybe that's how we start to redirect our hotel staff that have been used to checking in, and maybe we have them as, what were the guest relations, where they'd be engaging and using that information, but helping us from a marketing and an operations point of view, rather than just making sure that the guest is happy.
Yeah. Totally. And yeah, we're in a people industry, right? And I mean, this is what makes it interesting as well. Like we're all unique individuals, and
Absolutely.
this this is this is I think something that will always be there. And um, yes, it's great that now with technology, like because all these processes and more sort of I guess mundane tasks, they should ideally be more going towards the background.
Yeah,
So
the AI automated. I mean, that's why it's there.
yeah, like I'm so grateful when I'm traveling to a hotel that belongs to the similar group, and I've been visiting one of the hotels or the same hotel before. That when I come for check-in, that the second time I visit the same hotel group, that my details have been stored, so I don't need to fill out the exact same thing as before. But this will free up like time and resources to have that conversation as well, I think. But also in the digital era that we live in, like to not lose that human touch is extremely important, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this could go into a bigger philosophical discussion.
Yeah, that's enough. I can sense there's a conversation there somewhere.
Yeah, but this is what makes life interesting, I think, to connect.
Very good. So we're going to take on the OTAs. We're going to get AI sorted and make sure it's in and operating and free up time, and then we're going to be more engaged with our guests and more engaged with sustainability and more engaged with the local markets to make the experience better and more relevant.
Yeah, that sounds like
a
good 2026.
Not much to do then, eh?
No time to sleep.
Absolutely. No time to sleep. No holidays. No way are we going to spend any holidays ourselves.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Really, really interesting. Thank you for those. We'll come back to you at the end of 2026. We'll review what you said, and then we'll adjust it for 2027. But
deal. Yeah. See you.
Thank you
Thanks so much for having me, Trevor.
No, I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and I hope you found the predictions discussion interesting. If you'd like to see any of our videos from our Summer AI series, here is a link to that playlist. And if you've missed any of the other prediction videos, here is a link to that playlist. And finally, can I genuinely just thank you all for watching or listening to our content? It really is appreciated, and we look forward to bringing you more in 2026. Thanks so much. Take care.